Ladies, gentlemen, and Harajam of all ages, in the days that have followed our recent relatively large drop of news for the Vessel of Hatred expansion of Diablo 4, since learning about the release date, the developers have actually just sort of been opening up more and more about what is actually going to be in the expansion itself. A blog post with greater details, some pretty interesting answers given in an interview setting as well, and altogether it comes to give us a surprisingly better picture of what the expansion will actually be like than we even had a couple of days ago. So let's go over what has been going on since we last talked about the initial release date reveal for Vessel of Hatred, as well as, updates for the game itself, the current state of it. First up then, we had this blog post drop outlining the information that was announced both at Xbox Games Showcase and in the short teaser that was uploaded to the Diablo 4 YouTube channel. But this actually revealed even more information, specifically the existence of Mercenaries has been confirmed, which was a function in previous Diablo games of a follower that you would have follow you around, who you had some control over to actually help you out along your journey, fight enemies with you, and just generally be useful to you. But thanks to an interview that was done by IGN as well during the Xbox Games Showcase event, we learned even more about this, specifically that the Mercenaries will actually have full-on skill trees for us to customize, and honestly, that's quite interesting personally as someone who spends a lot of time thinking about different ways to synergize things in this game. Bonus characters, essentially, a whole ass second person to personalize, definitely adds a fair bit of potential depth to that type of building system, depending on how customizable they actually are, and from the term skill tree, it's pretty clear that we can expect more depth to this follower system than any prior Diablo follower systems. For those who haven't played the previous games in the series then, picture the construct from Season 3, but with a lot more customization on it. And while it is a bit scary, as it is just another thing that could easily break and massively affect the game, if it's done right, it will just add another layer of complexity and player power scaling as well. Another thing is we got a bit of a larger paragraph about the brand new class, the Spiritborn, specifically saying they are apex predators, full of mystical synergies unique to the jungles of Nahantu, embracing the ethereal spirits of the ancient civilization. So essentially, a shaman type of class wielding a glaive, sort of like Druid, but more focused on embodying spirits rather than literally shape-shifting. Probably some sort of elemental or magic shenanigans going on with it too, but we have a proper gameplay reveal for this class coming on July 18th, so stay tuned for that one. Then we had confirmation that a major part of the expansion will be a new PvE endgame co-op activity, first of its kind in all of Diablo, built around working with other players as a requirement. In other words, a term familiar to either those up to date on the original leaks for this expansion, or those who are aware of MMORPGs, a raid. This, my friends, is going to be a raid in a Diablo game. What that will look like properly, only time will tell. Honestly, we don't really know what that term would actually translate to in this setting, but it is definitely an ambitious concept for them to go into for sure, and like they said, something that's never been done in the series. Past that, we had some extremely important reveals that with the expansion, we will not only have core systems being reworked and updated in general, but every class will actually be getting full-on new skills added to them, as well as new Paragon boards and also legendary Paragon glyphs. There will also be new dungeons, and we also did have new strongholds confirmed in the IGN interview that I mentioned earlier as well. So essentially, everything that the current regions of the game have, picture just getting one whole new region worth of each of those parts of the game. But the character skills and Paragon boards are actually very neat to see, and should hopefully bring some freshness to every single class come the expansion, rather than just, the brand new one in the Spiritborn itself. Moving on from that then, we have one final little thing here. A couple of days ago, we had patch 1.4.2 hit the live game, which added a free dog pet to the game that players have been appreciating quite a bit, at least, for the most part, as there is a bug causing these pets to count as minions for Necromancers and companions for Druids, which for the most part results in positive interactions actually, but it does have a couple of negatives too. The new information regarding this from Adam Fletcher, then the Global Community Development Director, is that the developers actually knew about this bug before the patch shipped, but decided that due to the timing of the announcements and things, that they would rather ship the update like this and then fix it after the fact. Personally, I think it is definitely that is something caused by the Xbox Game Showcase timing being what it is. I don't think this is a fantastic decision, but we've had rumblings that the mid-season patch is actually going to be much sooner than most people realize, and this should fix these interactions as well, on which note we will be getting more information about the mid-season patch coming later this week, which is interesting because we're much earlier than what I would normally say is the middle of the season, if not for the fact that we also had this confirmed in a separate interview that Season 6 will actually run concurrently with the Vessel of Hatred expansion, meaning that it will theoretically be starting a month earlier than it otherwise would on the schedule, which would then make sense to move the mid-season patch of Season 4 up a little bit earlier if we're going to also be moving Season 5 a touch as well. But we'll see more actual information about that when the actual patch is announced during the upcoming week. That just about does it for today then, everyone. Just a roundup of what has been going on the last couple of days surrounding the game and the expansion as well. Like if you liked the video, subscribe to the notification bell for more, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay sweet.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.